Well, hello there, Aquarius. It's November 2022. You caught me just as I was having a sneaky sip of my coffee, but I'm sure you'll forgive me. Especially because this month I'm going to give you some great news, and it has to do with this cluster of planets there in the top part of your horoscope. Really, these two houses, the ninth and the 10th house, are considered the summum bonum of life. The ninth house has to do with the spiritual aspirations, whereas the 10th house has to do with your material and business and financial career options, your self-esteem, the sort of headway you make in the world, the reputation that you create for yourself. So when we have a large cluster of planets there, there's obviously a lot of attention going into your work at this time, a need to shine in the world, so to speak. That's shown by the position of the sun here. The sun for you is the ruler of the 7th house. It has to do with the way you interact with other people. So this is strong. All of these planets are strong right now. Venus is your luckiest planet. That's the spiritual planet, the luck planet. It's also come over here to join in this karmic feast. And it is a very, very karmic bunch of planets, especially because if you look down here on the 8th, here's the moon swinging around into the nodal axis. It's an exalted full moon eclipse on the 8th, absolutely impacting all of this work here. Now, the eclipse is an interesting thing for you, not for everyone, but for the sign of Aquarius, because the moon rules an adverse sector, this 6th sector. The eclipsing of that planet's energy during the full moon phase is very, very good and helps you conquer your enemies. So this conglomeration of planets here, I think, is saying that you are lucky against your competitors. You have the edge, perhaps an unfair advantage in the marketplace, with the eclipse taking place there in the 4th house. That may not be so good for the family affairs, although if there's been some infighting there between you and siblings or uncles and relatives, because this is also the jurisdiction of those family members, then maybe the eclipse is going to turn things around for you in that area, Aquarius. There's a couple of other aspects here. The most notable ones is on the 16th and 17th, we see the movement of Venus out of this 10th house. Now, normally you'd be going, oh, that's not great, because he was telling me I had all this lucky stuff in the 10th house. Well, the 10th house is lucky. That's where you're driving all the energy. But the 11th house is the results of those efforts. And as you can see, 17th, Mercury also joins Venus here. So you've got multiple sources of opportunity. Don't forget to do your proper networking if you've got some ideas for getting a new job. This 11th house is going to bless you by opening the right doors to the right sort of people. And that's where also I think the success continues here, notwithstanding the fact that these planets exit from this most powerful angular house, the 10th house of your Aquarian horoscope. Now, later in the month, there's another very, very important thing that also showcases this 11th house for you. There's a little bit of bad blood here with the retrograde Mars in your 5th house, but I think that's outweighed, especially after the 22nd. Here, the sun moves into this 11th house, and immediately after, on the 24th, the moon joins the sun, which of course means it's a new moon in this area, bringing with it some grand opportunities, a new circle of friends, an increase and an expansion of your circle of influence, if I could put it that way. So these are lovely aspects. The Venus-Mars opposition is hot and sexy, to say the least. You'll be enthralled by the people you meet at this time. You'll have great communication. It will be very, very lively, as shown by the Mercury opposition to Mars. and the Sun opposition. All these oppositions show that Mars is strongly dominating your chart, but fortunately these planets can soften the edge a little bit. The 28th, by that time we see here Jupiter, finance planet, and the planet regulating this area we've been talking about, back in its normal motion. Thank goodness, you say. That's going to give you the financial thumbs up if you've been waiting for that from all of this nice positive energy we've talked about. And then by the last day of the month, I think you'll feel pretty satisfied that November has given you the wins that you're looking for, the social opportunities, and the financial breakthroughs that you've been also hoping for a few months now. I've written a little more for you there over at astrology.com.au. There's a chronological list of transits that will help you make heads or tails of what I've just said here. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm always open to receiving your comments, good or bad. If you want to sling some mud at me, that's okay. I'm happy to debate that in a respectful way. And please subscribe. And come back next month. I'll be here. Hope you will be too. Bye-bye now.